Hey, what's going on, guys? Rock here. We're out here in Shavano Park. To answer your question right off the bat, you can replace your concrete tile roofs with a standing seam metal roof. That's what we're doing here today.
Not sure why you would go anywhere else. These guys are local, honest, and dependable.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So we're back out here. We're about 3/4 of the way done with the demolition process from taking this concrete metal roof to the standing seam metal roof. I'm gonna turn this around here in a second, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the issues that we're running into to look out for in case you're replacing your roof from tile to metal. Check it out. So this is what the tile is held on by. It's called a batten system, 1x2, and your tile literally sits on this guy right here and hangs over. But back to the head wall. So some of the issues that you might run into here along this head wall, let me show you what you're going to run into is your tile. This is your concrete tile right here. It sits on these 1x2 battens, right? So when you initially measure this head wall space, will give you, roughly about 4.5 to 5 inches that you would count for in your initial inspection. After removal, you have to consider about 2 inches, right? So this head wall, your metal roof is going to be down on here, right down to the bare wood, right? So when we install the metal, we have to also install head wall flashing, so we have to account for it. So we went from having approximately 4.5 inches, almost 5 inches, to now we're gonna have to fabricate it down to 6 inches. And since we only have, I believe that's about 2 inches right there to work with. Yeah, it's about 2 inches to work with. We want to get this head wall flashing as back as possible all the way up to the top, because we're not removing the Z flash right here. We're going to use this existing one, right? And then right underneath, we're going to install our head wall flashing, right? So we have to add a little bit more inches to that. And then right afterwards, I'm not sure, I think we're going to add another face panel head wall flashing on there just for decoration purposes, so it looks nice and clean. And once we're done, we'll show you what that looks like. All right, in the meantime, this right here is the titanium underlayment, which is a UDL 25. This is actually rated a high temperature product for metal roofs and tile roofs. All right, guys, so we're gonna go walk over to the most recent batch that we have gotten broken down. This is it right here. These are our caps right here. These are gonna be our hips. These are 7s, these are 5 inchers. Here's our perforated Z bars right here. And what this is used for is in the ridge caps. And we'll show you guys that on the job site right here. So this is the perforations, and this is where it's all made right here. And everything is hydraulically bent and cut. Okay, and this is where the coils come in. Here's all the coils, and we're gonna see this guy actually make the hips. We have the ridge caps, the hip caps, the head wall flash, counter flash, head wall flash right there, the valleys right here, and this is our DL right here. Hey, what's going on, Josh? And right here we have our perforated Z bars and our closed Z bars, and I want to talk about it just a little bit. So here's the difference between a Galvalume sheet and this is a colored sheet. And this is actually Buckskin, and this is a galvanized roof, or I'm sorry, a galvanized panel with the pinto stripe or the double rib profile. So on our ridge caps, we do a 7-inch offset or face with a 1-inch hem. Right here on our ridges, we do a 5-inch. Okay, this is the head wall flash. So this piece right here actually goes mounted to the wall, right? And it goes just like this. This piece goes on the metal, and then this 1-inch little piece goes on the Z-bar, and we'll talk about that when we do the actual install. This guy right here, this is the counter flashing, and this piece right here, that goes into the chimney. And there's the chimney right there, not that big. This one right here is really interesting. We like to do a W or a V valley right here. So this piece, if you can see right here, it says top, right? So the width of this top valley is actually wider than the bottom of it. And the bottom of it is actually a 1/16 to an 1/8 narrower, right? And we've labeled it. So when our guys install it, so see here, this is the bottom piece. This smaller, it's narrower by about a 1/16 to an 1/8. It varies. And that area is a little bit wider so that this can slide right up there, and it acts as a smooth transition, so we don't have to manipulate the metal too much. This right here is our DLs. It's a huge face, and I'll explain why here in a second. This is our perforated Z-bars. This is the way to go, is perforate them. Some contractors screw them in or drill holes. We've done that before, but it's really not that effective. If the homeowner wants it that way, we'll do it. But this is how we prefer to do it, and have perforated Z-bars, which will help in your attic ventilation. This is the closed Z-bars, as you can tell. These are not perforated, and these are perforated. There you go. And these are for the hips, okay? And we'll show you that during the install as well, which we'll start tomorrow. This right here, guys, this is the DL, the perimeter DL, one of the most important pieces to the roof. Okay, that's actually the main. If your roof is going to blow off, it's going to start here at the DL, which is your most vulnerable points, is around the eaves, the rakes, and your hips. Okay, now I want to talk about this DL real quick. So as you guys can see here, we have about a 5 1/4 inch face on this perimeter DL. Okay, and if you guys see this is what actually hangs off the roof right here. So we're really only working with about 4 inches, and normally you do like a 3-inch DL or a 3.5. Okay, unfortunately on this house, oops, wait a minute, it's asking me to rotate. There we go. Okay, unfortunately on this house, they installed a 1x4, and on the roof deck, they left about 1.5 inches of space all around the perimeter. So they just reduced it by 1.5 inches, and another 1/2 inch, about 2 inches. So if we were to install our normal DL, we would lose 2.5 inches here, and we would only have, so 2 inches will keep us here, 1.5. So we would only have a 1-inch face to screw down to, which is no bueno. So that's why on this property, I went with a 5-inch face right here. There we go, a 5 1/4 inch, which gives us more exposure to screw to. Dale. No. Dale para allá. Ahí está.
Estaba en la mera esquinita, en la mera coyuntura del este y al tope de la pinza. ¿Sí? Pones la esta. Se dobla. Y ya queda lista. Ya.
Sí, no me derriba, güey, abajo tiene corte. Dale, 84. Pulgadas, no pies. No, pues no creo que encuentre una de 84 pies. ¿Sí? ¿Se va?
So this panel here goes behind the existing Z flash, right? that goes behind the siding, which is what this goes behind the Z-bar. This here is just a decorative piece because this is a 2-inch piece. So that's what this is right here, which is gonna go installed just like that. All right, so this piece of flashing goes behind the Z-bar, and then this is just a decorative piece so that the water doesn't bounce and get up underneath. It's gonna look just like this one, as you can see right there. Hey, what's going on, guys? We're out here in Shavano Park. We got a special guest today, the one and only. Look him up. We're out here in Shavano Park. We just finished the standing seam metal roof just behind us. We're gonna go up on the roof and just show you a little bit more of the details. Come on, guys, check it out. All right, guys, we're gonna climb the roof. Here's the edge right here, guys. And as you saw in the previous video, how our guys did the DLs and how we installed the panel right here. So this is the perimeter DL, and this would be called the panel. And as you can see, is a double ribbed standing seam metal panel. Here we have the hip, and as you can see right below, we have the closed or the enclosed Z-bar right here at the hip. So none of these are perforated, they're all closed off. But up at the top, I'll show you guys what the perforated Z-bars look like. All right, guys, we're here at the top. This right here would be the hip ridge, right? This right here would be the ridge cap. And as you can see right below, let's see, let us zoom in, see if you can see the perforations and the Z-bar right there. But we only perforated 2 of them on this one, just because of the water that's coming off the roof. I didn't want it to get underneath. So we only did 2 of them, and the rest of them are closed off, as you can see right there. All right, guys, here we have the head wall flashing. And as you guys can see right here, we have a decorative piece, head wall flash, and right underneath, we got another C-bar. Let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look at this. All right, guys, here we go. And as you guys can see right below, here's the Z-bar. Here's the head wall flash. So this comes and it clips right onto it. And then this is that head wall flash decorative piece I showed you guys previously. And the reason why I installed that is because this Z-bar right here goes behind the siding, and it's only about 2 inches, just like that. So this protects this C-bar from water coming in from the 2nd floor and coming up and under. All right, guys, here we are at the 2nd story, and all these Z-bars, as you can see up here, they're all perforated for the ventilation. And I'll show you guys an image here shortly on what that looks like. But all of these are perforated. Let me zoom in for you guys. As you can see right there, you can see the perforations and all the Z-bars. And the reason why we do that is to allow ventilation through the attic. Right, Juan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're all done. Juan, he's checking out. We're out here from Shavano Park. If you are in the market for a standing seam metal roof, give us a shout, 210-900-0977.
We're about to fly the drone so you guys can get an aerial footage. Check it out.